I was pretty sure that the hit pieces were coming, but they were a little delayed. They started dropping this afternoon with the Daily Beast and then Gizmodo. I remember when Gizmodo covered tech? Is it that long ago? Now it's just like another left-wing media outlet. I remember going to Gizmodo and reading about motherboards and stuff. Am I confusing that with another site? It's almost like I remember going to College Humor on YouTube and seeing jokes too, but now all I see is political propaganda. Was College Humor ever funny? Maybe not. Well, there's apparently a couple of hilarious copium pieces. I'm going to live stream, go over them here at about a half hour after I release this video because I think it's hilarious. And there's certain things I can talk about in a standalone video that need more, and there are certain things that need more, qualifications or, more nuance. But Gizmodo runs this hilarious title. Tim Pool gets the coof after railing against poke mandates. So? Pool, a YouTuber, has continually portrayed mandates as indicative of a looming 1984-style totalitarian takeover. Okay, again, they're conflating two things here that are... You can be pro-poke and anti-mandate. I am. I think that a lot of people should have it based on their, health conditions and things like that. I'm definitely in that category of people that should have it. But I don't believe in mandates, especially the one that, the one they're rolling out today that's directly targeting private businesses and using OSHA to enforce it. Right-wing YouTuber, I still don't necessarily think he's right-wing, who has been one of the more prominent online voices pushing culture war tirades, recently contracted the coof after refusing to get poked and after hosting an indoor event for fans with few safety protocols in place. Now, here we go. It's a super spreader event. Now, this does seem to... first of all, it's none of my business if he is or isn't poked, but it does seem to go against... I was under the impression that he and many of his viewers have told me that, oh no, he says all the time that he got it. But then they have several quotes in here where he says that he didn't have it. So either the Daily Beast and Gizmodo are lying, or, I don't know. I don't care enough. I could just text message and ask him, but it's none of my business, right? But they're reporting that he isn't. Doesn't matter to me. Again, you can have a problem with mandates and not with the poke. I think that that's actually a normal position, right? I think that you'd be difficult to really have people, even the hardest, Fauciists, if you were ask them this question, hey, I'm, if you framed it in a way that they could palate, hey, I'm pro poke, I just don't like government mandates. This would be very difficult to disagree with. Tim Pool also claims that Joe Rogan offered to pay for various treatments that have gained reputation with right-wingers that far outstrips scientific evidence for their clinical use. Maybe. Again, I'm not a doctor. If it works for them, maybe it did nothing and they naturally recover from it. I don't know. I do know that most people can't afford that cocktail, which costs almost $4,000 or something like that. But the real reason they're writing these articles, the real reason is because they're jealous of the amount of revenue that Tim Pool generates. Because both articles whine and complain about his monthly income, which, by the way, is impressive. Huge respect. Pool characterizes himself as a disaffected liberal who was turned into an enlightened centrist after the left was taken over by a cabal of hyper-woke social justice warriors. What this means in practice is that he's sort of YouTuber who churns out seemingly up an unending series of reactionary culture war takes on news of the day, each sloppily tailored to cater to his audience's pre-existing biases while playing a role of the one sane liberal left on the planet. Here's the funny thing. Let's say that that's true. Let's just say that that's true. Okay? Isn't that exactly what Gizmodo does? If your biggest criticism about somebody is that they tailor their content to please their viewers, I don't think that holds a lot of water. Now, there are the artistes out there who are like, I make content for me. I make content that I like. Well, I look at how I produce content. I like entertaining you. I like to entertain my viewers. Some subjects I talk about, I'm more invested in than others. But at the end of the day, to me, my job is to entertain and inform you. And if it's a topic that I think is going to be, maybe more interesting to my viewers than it is to me, that doesn't really stop me from wanting to cover it, because at the end of the day, I work for you. I don't really think many people actually think Tim is a liberal, by the way. I just don't. On his Timcast channel, the woke left is continually imploding. And Donald Trump is a brilliant strategist, running circles around his opponents. There's ample reason to be suspicious about various results, and Disney has been overtaken by communist propaganda. Well, most of that seems reasonable. Throughout the lockdowns and everything going on, he has cast poke mandates as a prelude to some kind of totalitarian dystopia. I agree. When people have to carry their papers around everywhere with them, that's a little bizarre. This has all been, and here we get to the real meat of it. This has all been very lucrative for Poole, who is not above things like hawking survival rations to preppers. So what? I'm sorry, is this not an ad on your website, Gizmodo? Are you not advertising on your own website? There's 20 different ads that are running on this page right now. So what Gizmodo is really mad about is that Tim Poole probably makes significantly more money than they do. That's what all of this really stems from, in my opinion. I don't think that any of these people actually care about misinformation. I don't think they do. I think that they look at this one dude in his living room, and the amount of money that he generates, and they are jealous. I know that's like it feels like an easy thing to say. Golly, I would love to generate $600,000 a month. How about 1/6 of that would be insane. But that, if they didn't care, then why do they constantly bring up how much money he makes? Poole announced in a video that prior to his October 27th broadcast, one of the employees had it. Poole and his two guests, YouTuber Seamus Coughlin, editor-in-chief of the post-millennial Libby Emmons, continued with the broadcast regardless. The next day, he woke up sick and his condition worsened, blah, blah, blah. The Daily Beast wrote, the following Thursday morning, Poole woke up feverish. Well, he was sick. I don't think anyone out there denies that the coof is crap. It's crummy when you have it. I mean, I don't think there's any denying that. I mean, some people, symptoms are more minor, but for a lot of people, they're not. I'm fairly certain I had it back in last December, and it was awful. I never did get like the antibody test. I probably should do that. I don't know if that would still even matter nowadays. But I take regular tests when I travel. I spent the weekend with Libby, and I came home and I was like, crap, better test, because I was sick. Happened to test negative, just the regular old flu. It's not clear exactly what procedures he took to notify attendees or Longshot staff. Oh, wait. According to the Daily Beast, October 23rd, he had hosted an event at a bar, complete with 200 tickets offered free to subscribers of his YouTube channel. The bar's event coordinator told the Beast that it didn't check poke status as an entry requirement, and does not enforce mask policy. Also, nobody's stopping you from wearing a mask. At a QA following the event, a video obtained by the Beast, obtained, you mean you pay for Poole's website and you pulled the video down. Producer showbooker Lydia Smith told attendees she was inspired by the unpoked, and that if more than one person is refusing, it means you're not alone. It's not clear exactly what procedures Poole took to notify attendees or long shot staff of potential exposure beyond his YouTube announcement, with Poole telling the Beast he followed an in-house contact tracing procedure that involves reaching out to people and talking to them. Poole told the Beast that the event was not shoulder to shoulder and the venue was decently ventilated, and that contract tracing had found his first editorial employee to get sick hadn't even gone to the event, making it unrelated. On Wednesday, he doubled down. Makes me feel like I was right the whole time. Again, talking about mandates. Mandates are different than the poke, And then here's the Daily Beast article, which is hilarious. The treatments cost $3,650 in total. Tim Poole or Joe Rogan offered to pay for it. Unpacking the entirety of his story on YouTube was risky, though according to Poole, with varying degrees of success, the platform has attempted to, since the lockdowns began, to tamp down on the misinformation being spread about it. He's not wrong if YouTube could ban. He's not wrong. They could ban him over if he talks about like his personal medical experiences. And, of course, Twitter cope. Tim Poole telling his followers about the treatment that cost him $4,000 paid by Joe Rogan. I'm sure he didn't take Joe's money. While telling them not to get the free poke. Peak right-wing populism moment. I don't think you should be telling people not to do or not to do anything medically, but I don't think that's what he's saying. I don't think he's come out and told people to not. I don't think that he's told them not to take it. Dear Tim Poole fans searching his name, I don't give an F if my tweet doesn't accurately represent your YouTube content creator. Oh, okay, so you don't care about telling the truth. Okay, perfect. It's weird that like people are taking joy in this stuff, but that's what our mainstream media is like. It's going to be funny to kind of go over this and laugh at the more kind of hilarious copium. But hey, I'm glad you're better, Timmy. And I wish I could pick up the phone and get Joe Rogan to buy me stuff. Give me his number. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.